are cooking with gas. Welcome everyone to the first inside look at Workhorse AI, the web application I've been designing. And we kind of start the stream off in a fortuitous state because last week when my computer died, I lost most of the code that I had been working on for the project. So we're basically back to scratch, but we have kind of a roadmap. So this will be streamlined. Hopefully, this won't take too long in terms of like getting things back to where they were. But this is also a fresh start, and I think being able to stream starting from scratch may be fruitful and helpful to those of you that do have aspirations for app development. So I think I've talked briefly about the Workhorse AI project, but basically, to give it to you guys in a nutshell, I also need to. Sorry, I just got sidetracked for a second, but I need to make a note. I find that I'm saying filler words a lot, so I'm gonna make a filler word counter. And so for every stream, I'll have a counter somewhere up in the corner, just counting, and it will be self-report. So every time I notice that I use a filler word, I'll just kind of up the counter, and at the end of the stream, I'll do that number of push-ups, maybe times 5 or times 2. I don't know. It depends on how many filler words I'm using. But sorry, I digress. Back to Workhorse AI. So Workhorse AI is a productivity app that's designed to kind of provide an intersection between gamification, productivity, and coaching. So the idea is you sign up, you create a user profile, kind of a basic profile. The app kind of typecasts you into a type of archetype, and then you basically provide the app with your existing schedule. So, whether you're using Google Calendar, Microsoft Outlook, some other calendar app, you provide that as kind of like your schedule framework. And then you just input your goals and your aspirations and things that you want to improve on. And Workhorse AI will, one, develop quest lines or, systematic stages of progression towards attaining your goal. And for each quest line, there are subsequent quests. You complete the quests. Each quest has, a certain number of tasks. All those tasks get put into your schedule and populated on a to-do list that you get daily. And so the app will actively and passively track progress towards attaining and completion of your quests and quest lines, as well as navigating and adjusting for disruption. So let's say you miss a task. I mean, in a very simple sense, you could just double up the next day, but sometimes that doesn't make sense depending on how tasks are structured. So, and sometimes you need to kind of reorganize everything that you've planned for the future. So, kind of in a nutshell, Workhorse AI tries to take all the planning, all the strategizing, all the sort of intimidating mental effort and input that is required for people to strive and make progress towards their goals, so that all you really have to do is follow the plan. So you follow the plan, you get to your goal. So that's kind of the most base idea. And then, we have a phased development cycle. So in the beta, the pre-beta phase, all we're focusing on is goal input, quest line generation, active and passive tracking, dynamic adjustment for disruptions, and then creating a feedback loop where, hey, I noticed that this user responds positively to these kinds of tasks that are set up in this kind of way. So we're going to try and structure future tasks to be more similar to this, and vice versa for users that kind of have averse or a little bit more resistant to specific styles of task architecting. Then we have the beta phase where we are going to add the social element, so introducing cohorts that will be selected on the app side. So you will have no input or choice other than the user's provided goals and interests and those kind of things. So the Workhorse AI will basically group users into groups of like 5 or 6 small groups of people that have similar interests and goals, and that kind of provides a social accountability structure. There will be social challenges. There will be kind of like a leaderboard, and there will be some kind of reward system as well rolling out with that. Then stage 3 is, actually I should probably pull this up so I know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's go over here. Boom. And I believe, I want to say this was in marketing, but could be wrong. It's not in marketing. It's in my one note. That's where it is. Okay. So, game plan. It's probably over here. Phase 2. No. Not here, not here. No. 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 Where did I put this guy? No way, dude. I know I just rolled out like a phase system. But I can spitball. I guess I'll have to repopulate it. I guess that got wiped. But essentially, phase 3 is. Okay. So there's still another part of phase 2. So you have kind of the small cohort system, and then you have the broader clan type system where users can, create their own groups with their own management hierarchies and structures, and with their own objectives, and they can compete with other clans for rewards, cosmetics, things that you can buy. Those kinds of things are going to be rolled out in, I think, phase 5A or 5B, so like the monetization phase. So in the beginning, everything's going to be free. You're going to have access to everything if you end up being a beta tester. But once we hit the monetization phase, we're starting to integrate things like cosmetics, seasonal content. You'll be able to buy quest lines. So very popular quest lines that it seems like lots of users find extremely helpful, just kind of through entropy and using the app on their own, will be packaged and repurposed into quest lines that you can just purchase off the rip from the marketplace. So like um, it's possible that you could be using the app in such a way that it generates those kinds of quest lines for you for free. But it's just people that kind of want to fast track things that'll be available to them. Another element of monetization, it will be kind of like a streak system, so a usage. Every time you log in consecutively, you'll get kind of building rewards. So the longer your streak, the better rewards you get. In the shop, you'll be able to buy things like streak insurance or streak insurance. Yeah, mainly streak insurance. And there will also be subscription tiers. So this is all subject to change, right? Because we're not at phase 5 yet, but kind of the end product is going to be rolled out. There will be kind of like a free guest version level of access, which will kind of provide you with the basic functionality, or will give you kind of like a 7-day trial of, the full subscription capability, and then kind of restrict things to the free level of access. So it'll be kind of like a free and a subscription. And there'll also be, I guess, in between. So maybe people don't want to make an account, but they still want to use the app. So kind of a in between a free user, or that'll be kind of like the most restricted one, right? Because you're not the app won't be building a user profile based on someone anonymous that doesn't want to create an account, right? So that'll be the most restrictive. Then you can have a free account, which you'll get some more features, but it'll still kind of be a little bit restricted, and then you'll have a subscription account. Okay, so back to, we were talking about phase two. Phase two was the social component. Phase three is the AI mentor. So what we're trying to do is have all of the input that you're giving and feedback that you're giving about quest line generation and productivity and patterns that are evident in your work style, or the way that you kind of work best, how your lifestyle is set up. All those things will be fed into our algorithm, and it will generate a personalized coach for you that will respond dynamically to feedback that you give it, as well as be able to take into account how productive you are. So if it notices, hey, it's, whenever, let's say there's a chat interface, right? And you're communicating with the mentor and everything seems good and you seem very receptive to the mentor. But when it comes time to be tracking your progress towards your goals, there's some kind of disconnect because you're either not accomplishing things, or it's taking way longer, or you're just not seeing the progress you want to. There's also the element of evaluating progress. So there'll be a balance of weight between user feedback and user engagement, as well as, I don't know if objective is the right word, but a little bit more quantifiable metrics for productivity. So the whole purpose of the mentor is just to kind of give you a sounding board. Um, let's say you have a routine that you've set up and you don't want to change it, but maybe on like a very small scale, the time blocks that you have set up, you're trying to structure them and figure out what exactly you should be doing, or how you want to prep for entering the time block, and prep for exiting the time block, things like that. You use the mentor for. And that kind of leads into phase 4, which is the mentorship economy. So taking that idea of having an AI mentor and basically allowing all users to be mentors. So all users can mentor other users, provide help, give them previous quest lines, give advice, monetize any kind of mentorship or coaching, or services that they want to provide that kind of fall under consultation, mentoring, guidance, those kinds of things. And the idea is that you'll have enough people using this thing that there will be people at all stages in the progress cycle. So you may have somebody that's like, stick fitness, for example. Let's say you have somebody that's, a calisthenics athlete, and you have, uh, a very proficient, lauded weightlifter. Those are people are kind of like experts in the field, right? And then maybe you might have somebody that's like an intermediate gym bro, or does calisthenics because they like the way their body responds to it more. And then you may have somebody that's like a beginner, and a beginner might not want to get advice, or might not want to get advice from somebody that's an intermediate. They may want to be getting advice from somebody that's an expert. But experts may want to be getting advice from people that are beginners, because experts are trying to develop programs and coaching strategies and methodologies that um, will help, kind of bridge the gap and bridge the divide. So there's kind of a reciprocal symbiosis between who wants mentorship from who, and Workhorse AI is aiming to kind of facilitate that environment through the mentorship ecosystem economy. We'll coin it something, but that's another element. And then finally, like, what really kind of frames this whole thing is the gamification element, right? So if you see something like Habitica was definitely a point of inspiration, but notice that Habitica doesn't really track anything dynamically. Everything is dependent upon user input, and they rolled back the social and clan features, which, you know, for a lot of people that were using the application, that was kind of like the most attractive, or like the most valuable part of the app was like the social accountability, the clan system, those kinds of things. So with Workhorse, what we're trying to do is provide you that same kind of RPG framework where you have stat values, you have 3 stat categories, you have physical, mental, and social. In your physical stat categories, you have things like strength, endurance, reaction speed, luck, and I think like not resistance, resilience. So there are 5 stat categories for each stat, 5 stat metrics, 5 stats that are being tracked per category. There are 3 categories, and those stat values will be adjusting dynamically based on how you're completing tasks. So if you come to Workhorse and you say, hey, I have this goal, I want to be a fitter person, these are the kind of exercises that I feel comfortable doing, these are the kind of exercises that I don't feel comfortable doing, this is my timeline, this is my framework, this is my prior history, my athletic background, whatever, if you have one, if you don't have one, whatever. All that stuff goes in to feed your stat breakdown, just like in an RPG, right? You're assigning points, allocating points that reflect the aptitude of your character in various dimensions. And as you complete those tasks, you'll be slowly gaining stat points in those categories. So you can you'll have a visual representation of your growth. And so I really like that element of RPGs, and so I think that will be something that you can kind of get a visceral reaction to. Then we have kind of like the analytics component, the analytics breakdown. So there will be kind of like these are your tendencies, this is what we notice, these are the kinds of tasks that we see that you are very successful in, these are the kind of tasks that we see that maybe we need to modify the approach for. All those kinds of things, analytic breakdowns that just kind of help you know yourself better, and as well as so that kind of goes into phase, I believe it's 4, so the personalization phase. So and this will be, everything pre-phase 5 will be available to people that are using the app, but once we officially launch, especially phase 4, the personalization phase, that is going to be probably restricted to subscription users only. And what that entails is you have kind of like a personal assessment suite. So you'll get access to some IQ tests, some EQ tests, some personality tests, ADHD, ADD tests, Big 5 personality tests, just various assessments that are somewhat standardized in the field of psychology, that will kind of give us a better way of creating a more customized archetype for you. And with that archetype, all the other features that you get to interact with in the application will be improved and more customized and work better for you, basically. So we can get a better picture of you, then we can give you better advice, design you better schedules, give you better routines, that kind of thing. So that's kind of the idea in a nutshell. Today, I'm just setting up the project space. So I just set up the back end. The back end is going to be built using Fast API, which is similar to Django, based on Python. And then the front end is going to be using Vite, which is React, basically. Is based on React, or I don't know what the right terminology is, but Vite creates. Vite is a. Is it a language? I think it is. Vite is a. I don't know, but I was reading into it and it said Vite is better than Create React app. So figured, hey, since we're starting over, might as well learn something new. So this is just kind of setting everything up, and then I had instead of my, I think it's this guy. I had, you know, a prior version of the project up on GitHub. So especially for the front end, I think I'll just kind of be pulling all of this stuff and popping it in here. But the back end, I think I'm gonna have to rework a little bit. So yeah, today's stream, I'll just kind of be working on my project. I don't know if anyone's gonna be tuning in. What I can do is I can come over here and I'll take this. Shoot. Take this, move it over here, and wait, pop it out. No way. So I can't have this? That sucks. Alright. That's also going to be annoying, so we're going to close the window. Appreciate you, lawnmower guy. Okay. I think I'll just periodically check in on the chat and see if anything's going on, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Let's just put it in the same thing. Yeah, here we go. Cool. Yeah, so I'll check maybe every 10 minutes. Set it like a timer. Check in on the chat every 10 minutes, but this is just kind of a power work session. Yeah, so the front end we can copy over. Alright. Shoot. So I'm gonna have to move that up. That jack things up a little bit. Cool. I'll move this over here. Oh, I forgot to put the brand. Gotta have the brand in. And also, why is this scaled, brother? Oh, that ain't it, Chief. That ain't it. You guys couldn't even see my whole screen. Okay. What I'm gonna do is, how do I do this, man? Preview output. Okay. Basically what I'm trying to do is have the monitor be showing fully, but that might be more difficult than I anticipated. Let's see. So my output is that. There's no way to like change the resolution of the display? There's really no way to do this. There's gotta be. Come on. We can figure this out. Edit transform. Here we go. So it's 1920 by, and what's the canvas? 1920 by 1080. That's what we do. We'll transform it like that. Wait, display. Okay, close. There we go. Cool. We figured it out. Sorry that it's kind of stretched now, but that's just gonna have to be sufficient. Maybe we'll transform it again just a little bit. We'll go 18. No. 1920 by. Is that better? That'll have to do. Not the best, but not the worst. And then we'll just kind of eyeball it. Cool. Then I'll shrink me down because I'm not that important. And we'll add a media source. Should be content logo. Put that in the corner. Transform it. Should be probably what, 200 by 200. Boom. Properties. Okay. Properties. Browse. And this is gamifying. Here we go. No way, it's not going to update. I'm going to cry. Oh, it did. Nice. There we go. Yeah, I kind of tried. So this is what's strange is that, oh, I get it. So I was looking like in each subsequent window in this kind of hall of mirrors type thing, it gets increasingly smushed. But that makes sense since I'm streaming a stream of a stream of a stream of a stream, infinitely. Cool. So we'll go back over here. I need the index. W logo. Okay, so I'll need to copy over the W logo. Am I not allowed to download this? I'm logged in though. Yeah, download that W logo and then also the Workhorse. Download that. Yup. And then what's in this README? What else am I going to need? I'm going to go in the source. I basically need to download everything. I need to download the whole damn folder. Download the folder. And then the public. What about this? It's in here. Okay, cool. Download all this stuff, man. What's going on? This is the index. I don't think I need that logo. Don't need that chart setup. Okay. App. Test, that's fine. Here we go. This is what we're going to need. App dot, what was this? App dot tsx. So TypeScript. We got our app. Should it be say JavaScript. That's like, this is gonna, I'm gonna be going down another rabbit hole. TypeScript. Let's just do, yeah, that's why I use TypeScript. Cool. App.tsx. Go back. Go into the pages. Is there a way to just mass download all this stuff? There's gotta be. There's no way. I gotta go in one by one? Oh, you're killing me, John. Alright, download. Oh, gosh. Or I can just copy it over. That might be the easiest. I think that's what we're gonna do. That is what we're gonna do. Okay, so we'll go in here, we'll make a new folder, call it pages. And in pages, what did we have? We had all this. So new file, we'll just call this home. Oh, whoops. Rename. And dashboard, right? So I'm just gonna copy that. Go over here. Damn it, no. There. Okay. And we'll call it home. Or we'll call it dashboard because that's what I called it before. Vue. Yeah, we'll install Vue. Alright, so this we can delete. This we can, I'll just check this, that, we can go there. New file, call it hub. The next one is called login. Whoops. I'm gonna have to fix these. Or do I want to use, I have a Replit account, so I was thinking I might actually use that to do my front end, just because it's like, that might be simpler. And I can just focus on the back end, use Replit, and then kind of bridge whatever is going. You know what? I think that's what we're gonna do, man. That's what we're gonna do. So we go back. Let's just copy this whole project, right? Download the zip. It's the whole damn product. Yeah. That's what we're gonna do. Shout out Replit. go here. See, this is taking many different types. Started in Replit, then I decided to do it in VS Code, like you actually, code it up myself, and now we're back to Replit. Want to create a web application as well. I said, I'm not trying to create an app. Let's just, let's go back. Let's say I want to design a website application using React. Can you create a login page, a login, a home, and shopping page with checkout. I think that's all I need. Alright, that should be easy. I'm gonna run to the bathroom because I gotta piss. Oh, not this guy, man. Yo, what's up, my guy? Appreciate you reaching out. I'm not sure. I don't really know. Okay, I'll just give you the boilerplate answer that I always give, right? I'm still kind of figuring out how I'm going to be structuring my content and my streams. So I'd rather focus on that than channel growth. So I appreciate you reaching out. When I'm at a stage where I'm looking to scale things up, I'll hit you up. But I appreciate you, man. All right, build the initial. Cool. All right, folks. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, but I'll be back. So you can watch Replit design the app while I'm gone. this. Oh, it's still working. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch from display capture to window capture. Let's remove that. Yeah. Let's remove that. Yeah. Let's remove that. And we'll remove that. And we're going to add a window. Call this browser. And I need to transform it to 1920 by 1080, right? I think. Yeah. There we go. So 540, and the height should be the same. Oh shit, I did it in reverse. So that's 1920, so that should be 960, and this should be 1080. Yeah. Boom. And then we'll add a second browser, add window capture, call this VS Code. Boom. And we'll kind of, what was this guy? This guy was 960 by 1080, so this guy's going to be 960 1080. There. Cool. I guess I'll let you guys into the music. Should I? This isn't monetized anyway, so F it. I'll let you guys listen into what I'm listening to.
In New York, Tokyo, Milano, and Paris, you have to feel that music. You have to understand baroque to jazz to modern to world music. It's fantastic. It's hard to say. I follow my inspiration, of course. I had the feeling that a new chapter would be a success. In New York, Tokyo, Milano, and Paris, you have to feel that music. You have to understand baroque to jazz to modern to fantastic. In New York, Tokyo, Milano, and Paris, you have to feel that music. You have to understand baroque to jazz to modern to world music. It's fantastic.
J'aime beaucoup la danse. Une danse. Danse. Je trouve que la danse est une chose extraordinaire comme vie, comme rythme. Et c'est tout à fait, je trouve ça très bien et je vis dedans très, très facile.
Vous avez utilisé notamment le thème de la danse.
J'aime beaucoup la danse. Une danse. Danse. J'aime beaucoup la danse. Une danse. Danse.
such a living music that is able to live, to survive the best things from all other kind of music. Studying clarinet and music in school.
play. Which comes from all the music that I hear, and I like for that to come out. And it's like, it's not really me that's coming, the music's coming through me. And that's pretty much the approach we use when we play free. You know, it's like, we play together and the sound comes out, we don't think about the sound. I don't think about the sound. I don't think Denny or Mel generally think about it. You just play. Music's coming through me. And that's pretty much the approach we use when we play free. You know, it's like, we play together and the sound comes out, we don't think about the sound. I don't think about the sound. I don't think Denny or Mel generally think about it. You just play. And I would like to be able to continue to let what is inside of me, which comes from all the music that I hear, and I'd like for that to come out. And it's like, it's not really me that's coming, the music's coming through me. You just play.
So you know what I'm talking about. Talking about you and I. So you know what I'm talking about. You and I. There are times we have to learn our ways in a hurry. We're not very good at guessing the way things could end. There are times we have to lose ourselves among others. But there are times we have to lose and gain again. I've been talking about. Talking about you and I, you and I. So you know, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You and I, you and I. Are you waiting for a sign to shine? You and I. Say, are you waiting for a sign to shine? You and I. I've been waiting all day long. I've been waiting for some. You think you like it, you say it's your thing. Wait until you open it. Give it everybody wants it. Sorry, I'm say you're wrong. It's always green on the other side. Always green on the other side. It's always green on the other side. Always green on the other side. Love the unknown. You're gonna get it and look somewhere else. And you come back alone, you come back, ready to live steady now, but no one wanna talk. Depending on us all, cause your mission didn't work out. You didn't know time would slip this fast. Now it's too late. Now it's too late. Now it's too late. green on the other side. Greener, greener. It's always green on the other side. Greener, greener. Always green on the other side. Greener, greener. Oh yeah. Greener, greener. Greener, greener. Getting on the highway all across the world, switching from my life to yours and slowing down. I'm not straightforward, but I'll tell you everything. A part of me is in you, a part of you is in me. A little bit of tension sometimes doesn't hurt. We're best friends often will break us down and shut. You open your minds, thinking for what you share. Giving me the high that I won't get anywhere else.
Can't stop tomorrow. Cause you